Today is day 223 of the year of streaming and learning to code. We are continuing on here at freeCodeCamp. There were some technical difficulties yesterday with the site. So we are going to finish up with the Kada we hit, or not Kada, thinking of Code Wars. We are going to finish Where Do I Belong? Wow. That is a big life question. But more on topic. You're digging deep with that question. Seek and destroy. You're continuing on here. And we actually, since we ran into some issues with the site yesterday, Yum stepped in and assisted quite a bit and helped guided us on provided guidance, one of those, on how we could proceed. So we were heading down the right path, kind of. So we're going to take his reference stuff, compare it to what we have, and sort of update our current code. All right. Beautiful. We can, well, yeah, we'll get rid of that. So we have our destroyed empty array ready and waiting to receive. Is that all kosher? We've got our seek and destroy function. Then we have our return with the filter method / function. That returns that. Yeah, cool. All right, all is well. All is well. Now, from the top, variable argument for his... we can copy the whole thing over that he recommended, just for some... so we can compare visually where it differs. We are going to split it between... we're going to keep the destroy at the bottom. And we'll bump seek and destroy up. There. That way we can compare. D. And we're just gonna update what we have. And then we can move on to the new one for today. Where do I belong? Pending there's no further technical difficulties. All right. So we already have our variable destroyed. That we can keep. Function stuff. Variable dealt with. We have our for loop. Now, see, I was trying to come up with a way of referencing split array dot length I and then compare it to 0. As long as it did not equal 0, push through whatever I is. Not quite. The better way of doing it, as Yum pointed out, just start on 1. Problem solved. And then you push everything else and you look for the arguments. Isn't that fascinating? I think it is. I thought it was such a clever solution. And the arguments array functions, see the arguments object functions exactly as is. I thought we had to reference, I thought arguments was just like a variable, like a placeholder. But no, it's an actual thing. This is how it functions. See, arguments 0, 1, 2, blah. But here, arguments I. It knows what to do, which is so cool. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. Crisis. Alright, we're back. Phone call crisis averted. Hey, tiny cat, no, 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 you were moving around. Oh god, I don't know where to put you. Oh god. You're so small and furry and determined. Alright, we're good. Moving this back. Everything's still alive. What were we doing? We were just spot correcting. So, arguments goes there. No. What are you looking at? Just don't ruin. We've got the answer in front of us and we're trying to get no. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. It's just mail. We've got all this mail on the desk and she's trying to use it as a pillow and it's knocking everything off. We're just going to let her be. We're going to let her be because crunch time. Like yesterday, limited time to stream, as always. What are we looking for? Something regarding arguments. So, arguments, blah, 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 length. We've got no. Arguments, push. This is what we need. arguments here, I, and then move that. We can cut this. Yeah, hashtag get cut. We don't, that's ridiculous. No one's doing that. There's this. We can get rid of the if statement. For loop is dealt with. After that, we can return destroyed copy dot filter. Yes, good. Functiony goodness. Function filter. Look at that little cat. It's all coming together. Return args. No, not args. Yargs, matey. That was array.filter, my bad. Array.filter, and then destroyed goes down here, and that is what we're running index of on. Index of blah. Now, not filter, we jumped the gun. Value. I'm a fan of doing value. I don't know why. It feels right most of the time. Now, as Yum Yum reminded us, filter, when it doesn't, not filter, index of, when it doesn't find the value it's looking for, it returns a -1. Which is exactly what's needed to solve this particular nightmare. So that's basically everything. And we should be good. Dee-dee-dee-dee. Die. Dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum-dum. Ta-da! Shiver me timbers. Yarg, little kitty. You're covered in fur. Super piratey. Shiver me timbers indeed. Onwards. Okay, so that was just some minor spot correcting from yesterday. Now we actually get to break new ground with Where Do I Belong for day 223. We can close out of that noise and from the top, return the lowest index at which a value, second argument, should be inserted into an array first argument once it's been sorted. This is very similar to the last one. We're just kind of changing who's doing what first. The return value should be a number. For example, get index 2 ins 1, 2, 3, 4 in an array, and then 1.5 should return 1 because it's greater than 1, index 0, but less than 2, index 1. Yeah, but I thought the half at 0.5 and up, you're supposed to round up. No? Are we not adhering to that? Little kitty, can you verify? No? Okay, you just sniffed the bed. That's cool. Likewise, get index to ins 23, 5, and 19 should return 2. Because once the array has been sorted, it would look like this. 3, 5, 20, and 19 is less than 20. Index 2 and greater. Whoa. 19 is less than 20, yeah. Index 2 and greater than 5, index 1. So what's it supposed to return? Should return 2. What the is actually happening right now? Remember to use read, search, ask. Here's some helpful links. Sort. Yeah, sure. But what? Get index to ins 10, 20, 30, 50, 35, 3. 35 should return as 3. Are we putting it in? We're implementing it, right? 0, 1, 2. And if it was the third index, it would be the fourth. That's what's happening. That's got to be what's happening. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 30 would return index 2. Yeah, 0, 1, 2, 1. No, 50 should return index 1, 0, 1. All right, so we're putting the number, find my place in this sorted array. Well, that's easy, right? We're just pushing the number into the array and then sorting the thing, right? That's not... What? No. Just... I feel like they're trying to trick me. Usually there's something more. I could be scarred from Code Wars, because usually it seems basic, but then there's always the kicker in Code Wars where it's a freaking nightmare. But all we do is sort stuff. Sort method sorts elements of an array in place and returns the array. The sort is not necessarily stable. The default sort order is according to string Unicode points, variable fruits, cherries, apples, bananas. If we were to sort it with no additional insight, references, or anything like that, it would return apples, bananas, and cherries alphabetically. If we had numbers, integers, decimals, I think it's integers. Decimals, I believe, are numbers in string form. Can't remember. Like, as far as the coding reference go, I know there's a difference between just, like, the mathematical definition between integers and decimal. Not important. Focusing on this. Variable scores, we've got an array of numbers here. 1, 10, 21, 2. We sort it. 1, 10, 2, 21. What? Note that 10 comes before 2, because 10 comes before 2 in Unicode point order. Really? So it's almost like a dictionary. All the A's progressing through, so any numbers that start with a 1 would get sorted out first. Then things, words, numbers first, 1, 2, then capital words, and then lowercase. In Unicode, numbers come before uppercase letters, which come before lowercase. Compare function specifies function that defines the sort order. If omitted, the array is sorted according to character's Unicode point value. Return value, the sorted array. Note the array is sorted in place. No copy is made. So I believe that means it's affecting the original copy. If the compare function is not supplied, elements are sorted by converting them to strings and comparing the strings in Unicode. Bananas before cherry and blah, 9 before in new... Whoa, wait. Banana comes before cherry in a numeric sort. 9 comes before 80, but because numbers are converted to strings, 80 comes before 9. If compare function is supplied, the array elements are sorted according... Let me just stop. I've noticed, especially, I mean, it's taken 223 days. Usually we'll do a lot of guesswork first, and then we'd Google whatever documents may help us, and then we'd briefly kind of scan it and go back to weeping, right? That's sort of our normal thing. I've noticed, at least in the last couple days, week or so, now they do provide the helpful links, which is cool. We'd end up just Googling exactly what's in here. They aren't exactly saving too much time, but it is a good gesture on their behalf, and it certainly points us in the right direction as far as hunting down resources. But I've noticed that as soon as we go through this, before all of the guess and check work, we've been spending more time reading this. I think that's cool. Getting a better understanding of the methods. I know that has been said multiple times. Read all the method documentation on MDN and get familiar with it. Again, it's weird because we're streaming all of the learning we're doing. There's no learning off camera. The only off camera stuff that we have encountered is that Udemy course, and that's someone else's, educational video product that they're, producing and paid for. So I'm 900% sure there would be copyright issues if I were to stream me watching those videos, which just sounds awful. They're great videos, highly educational, straightforward, and good times, but anyways, that's all. So there's no reading up on coding between streams. It's just this. So that's why all of this is happening. There's as much learning as there is, and as much as there's a stream every day, that's still a limited window, regardless of how long or how short the stream is. So just throwing that out there. But I've noticed we've been progressing into reading more of the documentation prior to our guess and check work that we've become so used to. Anywho, back to wherever we were. Nice tangent. Food for thought. Something regarding perspective. If compare function is supplied, the array elements are sorted according to the value of the compare function. If A and B are two elements being compared, then if compare function AB is less than 0, sort to an index lower than B comes first. Okay. If A, B is less than 0, the lower index comes first. Compare function A minus B. 1 minus 3 would return -2. Gotcha, that makes sense. Compare function AB returns 0. Leave A and B unchanged with respect to each other, but sorted with respect to all different elements. Note, the ECMA script standard does not guarantee this behavior, and thus not all browsers, e.g. Mozilla, version dating back to at least 2003, respect this. So 4 and 4, or 4, 4 is equal to 4, so neither one is going to move. There's a difference of 0 between those two. If compare function AB is greater than 0, sort B to a lower index. So A would be something 5 minus B 4, that's greater than 1. 4 would go before A, good times, compare function. AB must always return the same value when given a specific pair of elements, A and B, as its two arguments. If inconsistent results are returned, then the sort order is undefined. That last little bit's kind of throwing me off. Compare function AB must always return the same value when given a specific pair of elements, A and B, as its two arguments. If inconsistent results are returned, then the sort order is undefined. Okay, so for some reason, if there's some anomaly based off of the, I don't know, maybe we're looking for numbers and somehow a string gets thrown in there with the numeric values, it just gets confused and everything falls apart. That's my only guess. Anywho, so compare function, following form, compare A less than B, -1, 1, and B, good. To compare numbers instead of strings, compare the function, simply subtract, and that's what we want. We want A minus B. Sort method can conveniently use with expressions in closure. Variable, blankety 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 blank, numbers sort AB minus AB. And that's I think what we want now are the difference here is we're trying to put number into array. So I think we want to push. The difference is that I forget if push affects the original or if push creates a new array. So we are going to quickly check that out, and then we should be all set to go from there. At that point, we should just be able to sort the array. And I think we will be all set. Object-oriented programming dot push. A nickel for every time I couldn't figure out where to push something. Yeah. You'll figure that one out halfway back to your mat. It's a really old Family Guy reference. Push. There we go. Beep-de-de-dee-dee-dee-dee. Now, easy way to append data to the end of an array is via the push function. Push takes one or more parameters and pushes them onto the array. That was end and array. All in one. Arrend. Pushes them onto the end of the array. Variable array. 1, 2, 3. Array.push 4. Array is now 4. Ta-da. Sort, though, does sort create a new one, or does... No, variable numbers, blankety blankety blank, sort numbers, and we return numbers, and it's right in there. Cool. Everything should function as we thought it would. My array dot push. Here we go. First up, array dot push something. Yards. Steven. Wow, really piratey today. Hey, little cat, what you doing? She's cleaning stuff. She's licking her shoulder. I could see fluffy white fur shuffling back and forth. Couldn't figure out what was happening. The mic was blocking it. What are we looking at? We just totally lost focus. We saw a tiny cat and everything just became derailed. Array.push. Number is being added to array. From there, we sort it and everyone's happy. Number.sort function return such and such. I wonder if we need the lower return. I don't think we do. I think we can just do this. Wait, no, we do need the lower return. We do need the lower return. So this would be array.sort function AB. Array.sort function AB. Should we leave no space? We should. I don't know why. Here, the space makes sense. I don't know why I don't like seeing the space here for it. It feels more methody when it's all crammed together versus this feels more like a full function. Is that wrong? Do you know what I mean? Crazy person. Crazy person. They do have a space. Well, we gotta do what they tell us to do, so we're gonna do that. Although this is also the... You know what? We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna put the space. Now we are returning. Return A minus B. And then return number. This gets a semicolon, a little bit of breathing room. Not return number. Return array. Well, what the hell are they asking for? That was the first thing. I didn't know if they were asking not for the value, but for the place of it? Or did they just want the correct array? I don't know if they wanted the array or the index of the number we're adding. Regardless, array. That's what I want for now. Where do I belong? Return the lowest index at which a value, the number, the second argument, should be inserted into an array. So this guy. So when this number is put into this array, or this number put into this array, return its lowest index. So if we were to sort it, wherever it would be, because if we were to just push it onto it, it would be 3. Well, it'd be the third item, so that'd be a 2. But when we push it in here and sort it, it would be the second element, so it would be 0. Or not 0, it would be 1, because it's 0 index, the second spot. Then return... no, the returned value should be a number. That's the part that's confused. Return the lowest index. Return the lowest index. So they do want the index of the number. Return the lowest index at which a value, second argument, should be inserted into an array, first argument, once it has been sorted. It's almost easier to read it backwards. Once array has been sorted, return the value of the return the index of the inserted value. Pretty sure that's what's happening. For example, get index 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1.5 should return 1, 1, the second spot, 2 bumps up, but it should return 1 because it's greater than 1, which is at 0, but less than 2. Likewise, index 23, 5, 19 should return 2 because once the array has been sorted, it will look like 3, 5, 20, and 19 is less than 20, index 2, and greater than index 5, 1. Remember to use read, search, ask. So let's run it. It's the fact that it's not returning the value. Right now, I should do that. I should do... There's more to it. This is fine. Pushing the number, totally good. We need to get it into the array. Sorting the function, that's perfect. We needed to sort it from least to greatest. Now we are simply returning the index of that number. How would I find... Let me just run it to make sure it's good. So return the index. JavaScript, JS, return index. We are right there. Find index? I think we could do index of, but I think find index is actually what we want. Is big enough. Wait. Find index method returns the index of the first element in the array that satisfies the provided test function. Otherwise, -1 is returned. So this is very similar to index of, but we aren't looking for index of. We are trying to find its spot. So is big enough element return element greater than 15. The array find index is big enough. I guess we could do index of. They function quite similarly. Element greater than index of the fourth element is returned. 0, 1, 2, 3. Fourth element, third overall. Result is 3. 130. So return element equals number. That's what I'm thinking of. Is big enough. which is weird. We're not going to call it is big enough, but merely find index. It's array.findIndex. Death. My concern is that index of functions so similarly to it. It's kind of strange. Hey, Yum Yum. And, hello, Jack of Sporks. Is it cheating to tell you index of find index is for functions? If you're just looking for a value, it's index of. I thought there was just so much more involved with index of. Let's go back one. Because I was thinking of just setting in another function, but I feel like that is a bit... How to find an array index with a no. Well, maybe. So that was find index nonsense. But index of, which we used yesterday, Yum Yum assisted us with that. Wow, it really is index of. You put that in and it spits it out. Quick and dirty. Look at that. Holy shit. You are right. That is exactly what we want. You know what? I think it was how we were using it yesterday. See, yesterday, Yum Yum, we were trying to return what wasn't there. So we Yum Yum ended up, more accurately, suggesting this sort of thing, where we look for what isn't there and return that, which worked beautifully. We updated our challenge from yesterday, and that went swimmingly. So index of is all we need. So array dot simply put index of and num. And that'll give us exactly what we want. Today's challenge, Jack of Sports didn't see the instruction. If something shows up multiple times, though, I'm pretty sure it won't give you all the indexes. That's totally fine. They just want the earliest example of something. Well, I forget where it went. But anywho, what we're doing, and it's kind of similar to yesterday, we have, yet again, another array in the first parameter spot. The difference is that there were 2 parameters today. Yesterday was only 1. So we had to break the first parameter into pieces. But today we've got 2 separate ones. And when we take the number and shove it into the array, they want to know what the index is after it's been sorted. Ta-da! So we are left with this. And let's give it a shot. Holy it worked. That's the way it's done. Once more, going over all the noise, we had function, get index, 2 ins, array, number. We are taking array and we're pushing the number into it. And from there, we are sorting the array. Now that it has the number nicely tucked in there, we're sorting using the compare function, A and B. A minus B returns a negative number, which means A should... Wait. A minus B returns a negative number, which means sort from less than to greater than. Ascending order, if you will. And then we are returning that array, the sorted array, and we are hunting down the index of our number. Ta-da! B-D-D-D-D-D. And it is, in fact, in the 1 spot, the 50. Because 40 would be 0. 50 would be 1 right here in the middle, and then 60 would be 2. Ta-da! B-D-D-D-D-D. Good times. Run the test. That's the way it's done. What do we have on the horizon for tomorrow? We have got Caesar's Cipher. One of the simplest and most widely known ciphers is a Caesar cipher. This is a slippery slope. I feel like we're going to end up trying to tackle this one. We're going to probably save this for tomorrow, though. One of the simplest, most widely known ciphers is a Caesar cipher. also known as a shift cipher. In a shift cipher, the meanings of the letters are shifted by some set amount. Ah, okay, so this would be like using the alphabet. Characters, there's 26 characters plus 3. You know what's going down. Anyways, common modern use is the ROT 13. Let's find out. ROT 13. Wikipedia. Rotate by 13 places. Yeah, you shift it all. Sometimes hyphenated. ROT 13 is a simpler letter substitution cipher that replaces a letter with the letter 13 letters after it in the alphabet. ROT 13 is a special case of the Caesar cipher developed in ancient Rome. Yeah, this guy. A, B, something or other. B, D, 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 D. A, B, so forth, such and such, and blah, 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 blah. Hello, Arab. That's how I am going to greet everyone when I type in chat. Hello. We're going to do it now, even. Arab. Everyone. Yes, look at that. Boom. You know what that means. Yeah, you do. Okay. Are we actually going to tackle this now? It's just interesting to kind of read about. Write a function which takes ROT13 encoded string as an input and returns the decoded. Oh, so we're going to be cracking the cipher. All letters will be uppercase. Yeah, this is definitely one for tomorrow. We're going to need a fresh start for that guy. Don't transform any non-alphabetic characters, spaces, punctuation, but do pass them on. Remember to use read, search, ask. Good, good, good. Yeah, we're going to leave that for another day. So, backing out of all this noise, success for day 223 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Closing out of all that noise. All right, there's our profile. Good, good. Times 247 items down. We are making our way through here. Bit by bit. Jack of Sporks. I was like, what the deuce? OQK underscore VAP. I was like, what is that? But I know, it's BDX Inc. Clever. See, let's all revel in this. Yes. Be happy. Oh god, see that? Hard to tell, but it's there. It's there. We know what it is. Twitch stores the chat. Good times. Alright, well, we are backing out of freeCodeCamp. Thank you again to anyone and everyone who stopped by today to view the stream, even if you may have shown up late, caught the tail end, doesn't matter, stop by for just a moment in the beginning. Any and all views are greatly, greatly appreciated. Today we had Yum Yum in chat and Jack of Sporks. Thank you for stopping by. In the meantime, the adventure continues tomorrow with day 224 of the year of streaming and learning to code. But we are stopping the stream. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it!